So I just read the transcript of Freddie Mac's third quarter earnings call. Sounds fun, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
They made a ton of money. One of the reasons they made money is they actually got to downgrade the cost of some of the hurricanes that we faced over the past couple of months. So it wasn't as bad as they thought it was going to be. Why is that? It's because of the 203H program.
Got it.
People are actually going out there and using it. It helped their bottom line big time. There's a lot more of these deals in some of these hard-hit areas, okay? So if you're not doing 203H, you're just missing an opportunity. The guidelines are available right now with Rimmon, and on top of that, they can actually do the loans and help you out.
Yep.
Check it out. It's a big part of the market for the end of this year. You've got 3-4 months of this. Click this banner right over there on Facebook, right up above. Also, don't forget this upcoming Friday, we're going to be doing a lead conversion webinar. Just click that one way down below here or on Facebook up above.
Right.
Now, in 1992, guys, Congress directed the government-sponsored enterprises to meet a quota of loans to low to moderate income borrowers when they acquired these mortgages. Okay? They said you have to do this. Now, these became known as the affordable housing goals. At first, the quota was 30% in any given year.
All right.
So that means at least 30% of all the loans that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac acquired from lenders must meet these affordable housing low to moderate income goals from borrowers who were below the median income in their communities. Got that?
Okay, so then Congress gave the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, the authority to increase the goals, and in succeeding years, HUD raised the low to moderate income goal to 42% in 1995.
That's a high number.
It is.
So in 1995, 42% of all loans had to be high-risk loans, low to moderate income.
Right.
Well, then HUD didn't stop there. They increased their low to moderate income affordable housing loans to a whopping, unbelievable 50% in the year 2000.
Wow. Then it got increased to 56% in 2008. It's kind of crazy,
doesn't
right?
make sense.
In other words, by the time of the meltdown of all government loans, over half had to go to high-risk, low-income borrowers.
So if you had 10 loans,
Right.
over half had to be ones with a higher probability of foreclosures.
Exactly. Now don't get us wrong. We absolutely, definitely think that we should and want to help those who need help, right? But if it comes at the cost of first helping yourself, then any added good serving the underserved will go by the wayside, as it has by and large over the past near decade since the collapse.
The numbers are kind of crazy. So let's take this a step further. If you have a whole bunch of high-income, high-earning borrowers who want to buy homes, say you have 100 of them, well, in order to facilitate those loans, in order to get those funded, you'd also have to go out and find an additional 112 low-income, high-risk borrowers. Now, it seems illogical to me.
Right.
I don't know. I get the intent, but the inherent risk is too high. So just real quickly, so if we had to go find people who are high-risk, low-income, you can't do that with the guidelines in place with Fannie and Freddie loans. So what they ended up doing was creating all these, let's call them subprime loans.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? And these subprime loans became the basis to facilitate the good loans.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we bring this up because we think we'd have learned from some of our errors in the past. Yet a couple of days ago on Freddie Mac's Q3 earnings call, they say that about 83% of the nearly 200,000 rentals we financed in the third quarter were to families earning at or below area median income.
Okay, so now you have just 83% of their rentals at or below median income.
Right.
These become high-risk rental situations.
Right.
So the question we have, is this the same type of well-intended yet faulty thinking that got the GSEs into conservatorship in the first place? Why don't you guys let us know what you think about this topic down below.
Jeb Henserling is quitting.
Say it isn't so.
He's done.
God.
He's out of here. Now, this Jeb has been the biggest ally for small, reasonable regulation in the mortgage industry by far.
No one's even close.
Right? He's the guy who spearheaded the rule to roll back Dodd-Frank, change the structure of the CFPB, and introduced the Financial Choice Act. All of these pro-mortgage and pro-consumer.
So, losing him, guys, there's just no way to put it. It's going to be a huge hit to the industry.
Why is he leaving?
Well, he's leaving because as head of the House Financial Services Committee, he's got a term limit there, which is coming up, meaning his ability to continue to influence the type of change that we need is going to be reduced or marginalized. Now, the bright spot is Hensarling comes from a district in Texas that one would believe has a voting base that agrees with his position on small regulation. So he should be replaced by, another anti-regulatory type of person who won't necessarily, though, be running in the House Financial Services Committee or running it.
Yeah, the large issue is losing the House, which would lose the House Financial Services Committee to Congresspeople that are pro-regulation. That could hurt any gains that we've seen so far.
So, like Dave Stevens, we've got about another year left with Jeb. So hopefully he doubles down with his efforts and pushes his agendas through Congress, much as Cordroy's been doing over at the CFPB. Just in Jeb's case, an agenda that actually helps consumers.
And finally, speaking of Richard Cordroy, the Ohio Supreme Court Justice Bill O'Neill has decided to run for the governor of Ohio.
Well, wonderful.
He said he wouldn't do it if Cordroy decided to run. Now, however, he says he'll pull out if Cordroy
That's what she said.
decides to come back and run, because he said that he wasn't going to do that. So now, basically, he's just leaving the door open.
Further, it was believed Cordroy would leave his post at the CFPB after the arbitration rule went through, which it has. He hasn't left, but that may have something to do with the fact that the House and the Senate both voted to shoot this thing down, as they should have. Now Cordroy is actually appealing to President Trump to veto the bill and allow Cordroy's arbitration rule to actually go through. So that may be the reason he's yet to announce his bid for governor of Ohio. By the way, Trump's not going to veto the bill, so you might as well just leave now.
I would think he wouldn't do that.
Jeb Hensarling is leaving. He's got 1 year left, just like Dave Stevens. Like as a loan officer or real estate agent and you're going to go on vacation, that 4 or 5 days leading up to your vacation are the most productive days you ever have because you have to get all your stuff done.
Right.
I hope they do that.
Yeah, me too. Well, it'll be interesting to see. Let us know your thoughts on today's show, guys. Forward, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you here later at the National Real Estate
Subscribe, share, and tag. Share and tag. It really helps us.
Don't miss that webinar on Friday. All right, see you guys.